Hey there, Knolly Williams here, your success coach, and I'm super excited to be with you today. I'm super excited because I get to do what I love to do most, and that's to teach, coach, and train. The webinar there, or the web class that I've got prepared for you today is called Success with Listings. You absolutely want more listings, and I'm going to show you how to get them today on our web class together. Maybe you've seen me on stage. Hopefully we've met at an event. I travel all across the country. I do events all over the United States. Or maybe you've seen me on YouTube. I do a lot of YouTube videos. I love doing YouTube videos to show you how to be successful, not just in business, not just making more money, but also to be successful in life, because that's what it really is about. It's not just about making a ton of money. We can make a crap ton of money, but we gotta enjoy life while we're making it, don't we? So I teach a lot of stuff about how to be successful. Again, I'm Knolly Williams. I'm so excited to be with you. I want to thank you for giving up part of your time to be with me today. We're going to spend some of the most valuable time that you've ever spent with another individual right now. You're going to be able to learn so much about getting listings, because listings is really what is going to catapult your career and help you to have the kind of career that you absolutely want. Now, I've got a couple of ground rules. I just want to set these up real quick. Put your cell phone on vibrate. If you can, just turn off your cell phone. Turn off your Facebook, any messaging. Put yourself in a bunker if you can. Don't get distracted, because I want you to understand these principles. If you understand the principles that I teach you right now here today, you are going to have a rocking listing business. You're going to have a rocking real estate career. You're going to kick it. You're going to kick it out the park. So make sure that your cell phone is off. Turn off social media. This is a very important time for you and I to sit down, spend some time together, so that you can reach the success that you keep saying you want. Now, a little bit about me. 96% of my focus has been on listings. When I got in the game, I got into listings right away. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. I took over 1,000 listings my first 10 years in the business. I took over 100 listings a year for more than 10 years in a row. And I'm now dedicated to paying it forward. So that's kind of my big thing nowadays, is paying it forward, giving back, sharing. Everybody's on that trajectory, guys. If you're not in that space right now, that's okay, because right now it's all about, you getting what you need to get out of this life. But eventually you're going to be on the same trajectory. You're going to be helping other people, because that's what all life leads to. Now, I want to talk to you about the paycheck that you'll never spend. I was at a seminar, and I was, there speaking, and I went out to get a coffee, and I was in the coffee line. And at these seminars, man, these big conventions, the coffee line was out of this world. It was really long. Guy comes up behind me, says, "Are you Knolly Williams?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." There ain't too many black cowboys here, And I got a little chuckle out of it. And he says, "Man, I want to thank you. I just want to thank you for what you've done for my family." I said, "Well, have we met before? Do I know you?" He said, "Knolly, I've never met you before, but I watched a video that you did, and from that one video, I was able to take over 60 listings. And here's the kicker." He said, "From that video that I watched, I was able to put food on the table for my family." Guys, I got to tell you, that is the reason why I do what I do. I call it the paycheck that I'll never spend. It's the paycheck you'll never spend. When you help someone else reach their goals and their dreams, you'll never be able to spend that paycheck. Since that time, I've been able to go on and help many, many, many thousands of real estate agents reach their goals. And in fact, that was one of the catalysts that inspired me. I think that was back in 2009 or 2010. That was one of the catalysts that inspired me to give more of my time to coaching, teaching, and training, and teaching other people like you how I've done what I've done, so that you can do it as well. So a little bit more information about me. I began as an entrepreneur when I was 13 years old. Man, I used to do stuff to make money. I would sell Grit magazine. Grit was a magazine, or a newspaper really, that I would go door to door. I'd buy them for one price and I'd sell them for another price. I'd make a little profit. I made mixtapes, man. I used to be a DJ, whoop, 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 scratching, cutting, doing all that kind of stuff. I made all kinds of DJ mixtapes. I'd buy the tapes for 30 cents, 40 cents back in the day, blank. I'd fill them up with some of my best material, cutting, scratching, and DJing and rap, hip hop stuff, and I'd sell them for $10. What I really liked was the process of profit. Another big thing that I did was I sold candy. They called me the candy man in school. You might have heard me tell this story before. I'd basically take a pack of Now and Laters or a pack of Starburst or any kind of candies like that, and I'd buy the pack for 25 cents. I'd break it up, and I'd sell those individual pieces for 10 cents a piece. And so I would, double, triple, quadruple my money. And this was started when I was at age 13. I had all kinds of concepts and ideas. I was always coming up with an idea to make money. I launched my first real business, quote, quote, real business. I got $1,800, and I got that $1,800 from friends and family. At age 23, I wanted to start a record label. I was hitting the music business hard. I wanted to be a rapper, and I had become a Christian at this point, so I wanted to become a Christian rapper. I wanted to rap about Jesus. And so I went to family and friends. I said, hey, will you sponsor me to put together my first my first cassette? Back then, it was a cassette. We're talking back in 1993, y'all. Back in the day, hey, And so I did this thing. I sent out this letter, and people would give me $25, $50, $100. A lot of people gave me $100, and I was able to raise $1,800 within just a few weeks and started my record label. Now, it became the #1 record label in the world with sales for Christian rap music, #1 Christian rap label in the world with sales of more than $150,000 a month. Now, I want you to remember this strategy that I just talked about, raising this $1,800, because I'm going to share with you how to do this in your own business, later on. But the label became #1 in the world with over $150,000 a month in sales. Okay, revenue coming in every single month from a $1,800 initial investment. At age 33, I got into real estate because at that time the music business, man, it went downhill. I mean, it went downhill fast. A lot of the big mom and pops and even the big chain stores were going out of business. They weren't selling the music. The music sales had gone down 70%. Everything was going digital. So I said, I got to do something else. I got to use these talents that God has given me in some other way. So that's when I got into the real estate game. Now, I became a top 7 agent in Austin. I live in Austin, Texas. There was 9,500 other competitors. I call them competitors, other real estate agents in the market. I was top 20 in the state of Texas. I was with RE/MAX at the time, and at the age of 38, I launched a software business that became a 6-figure business. The record label was a 7-figure business. I got into real estate, we did 7 figures in real estate. Got into a software business, did 6 figures in the software business. At age 43, I started teaching, training, because that's my real passion. That's what I love to do. Toured all around the U.S., been over 100 different cities at this point, and taken my Success with Listing seminar to cities, and was able to teach agents that way. That became a 6-figure business for me. And then at the age of 45, I retired with a recurring 6-figure income for life. Now, this is what I want for you guys. I want you to be able to retire early and have that 6-figure income. Now, I want to share with you this short video clip, because this is one that, or this kind of sums up a little bit about why I do what I do, and why I teach, why I train, why I coach, and why it's so important for you to be doing what God put you on earth to do. Check this out. I think you'll enjoy it. She's not sick. She's a dancer.
I'm doing a new book at the moment called Epiphany, which is based on a series of interviews with people about how they discovered their talent. I'm fascinated by how people got to be there. It's really prompted by a conversation I had with a wonderful woman who most people have never heard of. She's called Gillian Lynn. Have you heard of her? Some have. She's a choreographer, and everybody knows her work. She did Cats and Phantom of the Opera. She's wonderful. I used to be on the board of the Royal Ballet in England, as you can see. And anyway, Jill and I had lunch one day. I said, how'd you get to be a dancer? And she said it was interesting. When she was at school, she was really hopeless. And the school in the 30s wrote to her parents and said, we think Gillian has a learning disorder. She couldn't concentrate, she was fidgeting. I think now they'd say she had ADHD. Wouldn't you? But this was the 1930s, and ADHD hadn't been invented, at this point, so it wasn't an available condition. People weren't aware they could have that. Anyway, she went to see this specialist. So this oak-panelled room, and she was there with her mother, and she was led and sat on this chair at the end, and she sat on her hands for 20 minutes while this man talked to her mother about all the problems Gillian was having at school. And at the end of it, because she was disturbing people, her homework was always late and so on, little kid of 8, in the end, the doctor went and sat next to Gillian and said, Gillian, I've listened to all these things that your mother's told me. I need to speak to her privately. So he said, wait here, we'll be back. We won't be very long. And they went and left her. But as they went out the room, he turned on the radio that was sitting on his desk. And when they got out the room, he said to her mother, just stand and watch her. And the minute they left the room, she said she was on her feet, moving to the music. And they watched for a few minutes, and he turned to her mother, and he said, Mrs. Lynn, Gillian isn't sick, she's a dancer. Take her to a dance school. I said, what happened? He said, she did. I can't tell you how wonderful it was. We walked in this room, and it was full of people like me. People who couldn't sit still. People who had to move to think. They did ballet, they did tap, they did jazz, they did modern, they did contemporary. She was eventually auditioned for the Royal Ballet School. She became a soloist. She had a wonderful career at the Royal Ballet. She eventually graduated from the Royal Ballet School, found her own company, the Gillian Dance Company, met Andrew Lloyd Webber. She's been responsible for some of the most successful musical theatre productions in history. She's given pleasure to millions, and she's a multimillionaire. Somebody else might have put her on medication and told her to calm down.
Wow. Isn't that powerful? How many times have you been told that you'll never amount to anything, or you can't get ahead? I know I've been told that in my life. You'll never be a success, or people have doubted that you could really make it. You're an entrepreneur. If you're in real estate, if you're in the real estate game, you are an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs think differently. We talk differently. We act differently. When we get around the general population, the GP, man, we don't even fit in. We love to work. We love to hustle. We love to grind. We love to do what God put us on earth to do. And my purpose really is to inspire you to achieve your ultimate greatness so that you can live your dream life. That is what it's all about. If you learn anything, I want you to learn that, because you need to be living your ultimate greatness. Don't settle for anything less than that. Now, major universities and colleges, even business schools, they want you to think that you can't succeed without them, or be debt-free and retire early so that you can live your dream life without them. But you know what? It's not true. If you've ever thought that many of the elite in our society, or even the major schools and corporations, want you to fail being a successful entrepreneur, you're probably right. In fact, you are right. If you've failed at effortlessly making or growing your business in the past, the truth is, look, it's not your fault. If you've been concerned in the past that you won't be able to get out of debt, pay off your house, or retire early, I'm here to tell you that you can put those fears to rest. My goal from this training is this. I want to help those of you who want to generate tons of new business while taking nights and weekends off, you heard that? While still earning six figures, and the people who want to be debt-free and retire early so that you can live your dream life without begging for clients to work with you or having to reinvent the wheel by spending countless hours and thousands of dollars testing what works and what doesn't. That's my goal for you from this training. Are you on board? Huh? Are you on board with that? Do you want to know that? Do you want to learn this? All right, well, let's get right into it. Now, live your dream life now. What does your dream life look like? I already know what it looks like because I've toured all across the country. I've talked to thousands and thousands of real estate agents, and I've coached thousands of real estate agents. Here's what your dream life looks like. You want to quadruple your current sales. You want to work 20 to 30 hours a week or less. You want to have nights and weekends off. You want to take 4 to 5 vacations a year, and you want to be debt-free. That's what you want. So often we've been taught that in this real estate game, we've got to work, nights and weekends, or we got to hustle, we got to grind, we got to work 50, 60, 70 hours a week. We can't take vacations. And hey, we're going to be in debt because that's the game. And I'm here to tell you that that's absolutely a lie. That's false. And I'm going to show you how it's false and how you can shatter this and how you can actually get the dream life that you want right now. You can get it right now. Now, here's what you're going to learn. The only way to live your dream life, what we just talked about on the previous slide, while working in the real estate game, is by focusing on listings. There is no other way to do it. Let's go back to this for a minute. Working 20 to 30 hours a week or less, you can't do that unless you're working listings. You can't do that working buyers. Having nights and weekends off, you can't do it when you work buyers. Taking 4 to 5 vacations a year, you can't do it working buyers. You know, here's the truth. The only way that you can have that dream life is by focusing on listings. The best way for you to have a thriving listing business while working just 30 hours a week or less is to become a local celebrity. By becoming a local celebrity. That's the way you're going to do it. And I know it might sound weird to you right now for this, but I'm going to show you how to become an overnight success. A real, not just an overnight success, you put that in quotes, but a celebrity in your hometown. I'm going to show you how to do that because that's going to be a key to you getting the listings that you want and having the life that you want and having that dream life. The easiest and fastest way to become a local celebrity without begging for clients to work with you or having to reinvent the wheel by spending countless hours and thousands of dollars testing what works and what doesn't is with the Overnight Success Listing Toolkit. And I'm also going to show you how to get your complete Overnight Success Listing Toolkit at no cost to you. It's not going to cost you a dime out of your pocket. All right, are you on board for this? Do you want to learn this? Okay, well, let's get into it. Why listings? Why listings? Well, why listings? Focusing on seller listings will allow you to get what you want faster, and listen to this, it's going to allow you to have a life. Now, look at this cruise ship right here. Have you ever been on a cruise? Hopefully you have. If you haven't been on a cruise, you need to go cruising. It's a lot of fun. Now, just imagine you have right now, you've got 9 buyers, and they all want to buy. When do they want to buy? They want to buy right now. That's not a bad problem to have. Not a bad problem to have. You got 9 buyers on the line, they're on the hook, and they want to buy property. Are you going on that cruise? You ain't going nowhere. You better unpack your bags because you're on lockdown. You got 9 buyers to take care of. You got to run around and take care of that. You know, show properties, gas up your vehicle, do all that kind of stuff. Now, let's just suppose you have 9 listings. You just got 9 new listings in, okay? And are you going on that cruise? You better believe it, baby. We're cruising. We're going on a cruise. Why are you going on that cruise? Because all you got to do is get someone in your office, someone, you know, that's under your brokerage, or just another fellow comrade in your MLS, someone that you trust, someone you know that you like, and just tell them, look, I got these 9 listings, and I just need you to babysit them while I'm gone, and I'll be back in 2 weeks. And if any of them go under escrow, I'll give you X dollars for each. You don't have to pay them a referral fee. You can give them $500 just to babysit your listings. If any of them go under, now they're going to get the buyer leads from those listings while you're gone, right? So that's the incentive for them to do it for free. They're not going to charge you to do that. Now, if any of them go under escrow, they got to do a little negotiating. You can give them $500, right? It's not going to close by the time you get back anyway. And if it does, if it's a cash deal and it closes, that's fine. It's going to be easy for them to do. But the whole point is, you're going cruising, baby. You're going on those vacations because you're in the listings game. And that's the game I want to put you in right now. Now, why listings? Listings should be your focus. Now, Gary Keller wrote a book. I read this book before I got into the real estate business. And I was able to take 21 listings during my first 74 days in real estate through some of the techniques and tactics that I learned from this book. If you don't have the book, I highly recommend it. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Now, the question I have for you, though, is what percentage of your time does Gary Keller recommend that you spend on listings? On what percentage of your real estate career should be dedicated to listings versus buyers, for example? Think about that for a minute. I'm going to take a drink while you think about it. What percentage? Write down that number. If you got a pen and paper, write it down. What number do you think your focus should be? Well, here's what Gary says. He says that there are so many great reasons to devote all of your time and effort to taking and marketing listings. Make listings your primary focus. Now you gotta remember, I read this before I got into the real estate business. I read the book, got my license, and I just did what I was told. I focused on listings, and I perfected the listings game. That's what I want for you, and I know you can do it, guys. I know you can do it. Gary says that you should spend all of your time and effort to take in and marketing listings. Now, somebody might say, well, Knolly, here it is, right there. Now, somebody might say, well, Knolly, man, I'm not going to work any buyers. Well, what's the number one way to get more buyers? Think about it. What's the number one way to get more buyers? If you got listings, you got buyers already, right? Now, I'm going to go into why listings. I've got my top 10 reasons. We're going to breeze through these of why you should be in listings. You probably already know you should be in the listings game, but, and if you are in the listings game already, that's cool, because this presentation is not just for people that are brand new to listings. You might be brand new, you've never done a listing before, or you might have you might have taken 100, 200, 300, 400 listings. Okay, but are you living your dream life? I'm going to show you how to do that right here. Now, why listings? Reason number one: seller listings mean more branding opportunities, more marketing opportunities, and branding. So here's the thing: you get to put your sign on the front yard, and maybe directional signage too. You get to market the listing through direct mail and email, and you get to advertise on the internet and print and all that. So here's the thing. So with listings, you get to market those listings, and all that marketing is going to get you more listings and more buyers. Okay. Here, the cool thing is, for every listing you take, I want you to write this down. For every listing that you take, you should have 4 closings. Let me say it again. For every listing you take, you should have 4 closings. What are those? It's the listing that you take. You're going to close that one. You're going to get it sold under contract. You're going to get another listing, right? Because you're going to market that listing, and you're going to get another listing as a result, in that neighborhood. And you're going to pick up 2 buyers that actually buy. So you have the potential to get up to 4 additional pieces or up to 3 additional pieces of business. For every listing you take, you should have 4 closings. Reason number one. Now, reason number two is you get more control of your time. So there is usually not the sense of do-it-now urgency with sellers that buyers often have. Therefore, you can maximize control of your time. The reality is, it's not that there usually isn't. There isn't, period. When's the best time for a buyer to go look at a house? Think about that. When's the best time for a buyer to go look at a house? When it's least convenient for you. That's the best time for them. They want to go when they want to go, right? It doesn't matter what you're doing. They want you to drop everything and go show them that house. Sellers, I'm going to tell you, if a seller calls you on a weekend, in the rare case that they do, they're actually going to lead with an apology. Hey, hey, I'm so sorry for calling you on the weekend, and but I have a quick question for you. They're going to be apologizing. When's the last time a buyer has apologized for calling you on the weekend? It's not going to happen. Reason number 3, seller listings maximize your per hour compensation. So it usually takes a lot less time to obtain and market a listing prior to selling than it takes to show for and sell a buyer. Because here's the thing. You go to the house, you get the listing, takes you about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You throw it over your shoulder, your team catches it, and they take it all the way to the pay window. Okay? So, my YouTube videos, I teach you guys how to do that, how to have a team, how to build a team, how to do all that kind of stuff. My book, Success with Listings, does that. Teaches you all that stuff. So your per hour compensation, you should only be spending 2, 3, 4 hours on every listing you take, right? And if you're making, if you're charging, if your average commission is, let's say you charge 6% and you take a listing $300,000, right there you're charging $18,000. Right? If you work in 3 hours, what is that per hour? Huh? You got it. You're making $6,000 an hour. And if you take twice that much time, you're making $3,000 an hour. Okay? Even if you take a lot more time, in my listing business, I never made less than $1,000 an hour. Okay? You're not going to make that kind of money working with buyers, I guarantee you. Now, reason number 4 is volume. You can work anywhere from 15 to 25 seller listings per month and keep it up. The same agent would be hard-pressed to work 7 or 8 buyers per month. This is based on research, and this is part of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book as well, the research that was done. You can take 15 to 25 seller listings and work those in about the same amount of time as working 7 or 8 buyers. So you're going to get a lot more done in the same amount of time. Volume, volume, volume. Reason number 5, increase market awareness. Every time that you take a listing, you've got to do a market analysis. So with seller listings, you are on the front end of pricing, which translates into an immediate knowledge of the market. You got to do a market analysis on every single one. So who's going to be the most knowledgeable agent in the marketplace or in your neighborhood or in your area about real estate? The one that's doing the most market analysis. And the more listings that you get and the more listings you take, the more market analysis you have to do and the more educated you become. So you're going to have an increased market awareness and you're going to start sounding like a genius when you talk to sellers. Reason number 6 is listings bring you more business, period. Whether it be buyer business, seller business, it doesn't matter. You're going to get more business by working with listings. Properly marketed seller listings bring you more business. One well-marketed listing can generate 1 new listing and 2 serious buyers. We talked about that earlier. So it's a 4 for 1. You're going to have 4 closings for every listing you take. Reason number 7, if a deal falls, baby, you just pop it back active. Okay? If a deal falls, you pop it back on the market. If you're working with a buyer and the deal falls, you have to get back out there and show more houses. With a listing, you simply log into MLS, change the status, and wait for another agent to bring a buyer. You know, I had one happen just the other day. I mean, we were just a week and a half away from closing, and guess what? We got that dreaded call. The buyer lost his job. Can you believe that? The buyer lost his job. Hey, I felt sorry for the buyer. Definitely felt sorry for my seller. But what did I have to do? I just had to pop it back active. What the buyer agent had to do, they had to lose out on a deal. They had done a lot of work. They had been present for inspections. They had done all this other kind of stuff. They did foundation inspection. They were with the buyer through the whole process. She said she had showed the buyer over 30 different houses, and he had made contracts on 8 different homes, didn't get them, finally got our deal, and now he doesn't have a job. Guess what the buyer agent made? A big fat 0 paycheck. Guess what I'm going to make? I'm going to make full commission on the deal. The house is still on the market. It's $360,000. I've got it listed at 6%, and I'm going to get that paycheck. When all I had to do was get on my keyboard, get on the computer, log into MLS, pop it back active. Took me 30 seconds. Okay, and that's all I had to do, right? And I'm still going to make that money. Reason number 8 is you can run your business from anywhere. You can run a highly leveraged listing business from Maui or anywhere else. Once you have the tools of the trade, your seller book, pre-listing video, your pre-listing package, and a great phone consultation, you can run your listing business from anywhere in the world. Well, how do you get those tools of the trade? I'm going to show you how to get them for free. It's not going to cost you a dime. I'll show you how to get those in just a moment. But here's the cool thing. You can run your business from anywhere in the world. Here's a picture of a guy over here. He's got his pajamas on, and he just took another listing, baby. I take them all over the world. Right now, in fact, my wife and I are getting on a plane. We're leaving, physically leaving where I'm at right now in about an hour and a half. We're going to get on a plane and fly to another city. And I do business all over the world. I take listings no matter where I could be in Madrid, Spain. I could be in Porto, Portugal. It doesn't matter. I can get on the phone with a seller, take the listing over the phone, right? I can send my business partner out to put up the sign and lockbox. I send another guy out to take the photos, and we pop it on the MLS. Sometimes I put it on the MLS. Sometimes my assistant does it. But here's the cool thing. A lot of you guys think that houses have to be seen to be sold. And I'm here to tell you, I haven't physically seen the last 300 or 400 houses that I've sold. Okay. Now, I might have seen a few of them because they're friends and family. So I've seen their homes. But the people that aren't friends and family, I have not seen the last 300 or 400 houses that I've sold. I physically sold the house without ever seeing it. In fact, I just posted a YouTube video where I was on the plane. You might have seen this video already, but I was on a plane. Josie and I sat down in the seats, and the guy that was sitting at the window, he kept looking at me funny. He was like, "What do you do?" And so he's like, "Oh, yeah, you sold my house." Well, it turns out I sold his house back in 2012. Okay. Never met him before, never been to his house, never seen his house ever. Okay. Sold his house for $285,000. And he paid me $17,000 commission, something like that. And I've never met him before. Met him on an airplane randomly going to Orlando from Austin, Texas. And he felt like, just go watch the YouTube video. You'll see. His name is Horatio. Just Google Horatio Knolly and YouTube video, and you'll see that video. It's a hoot. Don't do it now. Finish this. Finish what we're doing here. Finish the presentation here today. But the cool thing is you can take listings from anywhere in the world. Reason number 9 is you get to adopt the buyer. So whenever you sell a listing, you can add the orphan buyer to your database. The buyer usually sees the listing agent as the one who sold the house. So it's often easy to convert them to a seller client down the road. Now, I got a call not too long ago from Derek George. And Derek called me up. He says, "Hey, Knolly, he left me a voicemail. I'm looking at selling my house and I want you to sell it." So I was like, "Who is this guy?" So I went into my database, I looked him up. Well, he was the buyer of a house that I had sold. I represented the seller, sold the house, and the first thing that I do is I put the buyer on my email list. Now, I don't call them up, and I don't call on them, but I do send them my emails. I put them on my email drip campaign, and I can't even tell you how many listings I've gotten from people that they know I've sold the house before. It's the easiest call in the world. When I call them back, I said, "Hey, Derek, man, I got your phone call. It looks like you're thinking about selling your house, right?" He says, "Yeah, I want to sell my house." I said, "Well, Derek, I sold that house before, don't you?" He said, "Yeah, I know you sold this house before. You sold it to me. You're the seller agent." I said, "Well, I can sell it again, don't you?" He said, "Yeah, I believe you can sell it again." I said, "Okay, well, all we need to do now is the paperwork. And I can have my assistant come out or my business partner, and I'll email you the paperwork. We'll do it through DocuSign. We'll get all that going. My business partner will come out to the property. We'll set a price, and we'll get you going, man. We'll get your house sold, no problem." So I always adopt the buyer. Some people have a problem with that, but the reality is you got to think about it. When you're working for a client, even whether you're working as a listing or a buyer, it's like being elected mayor. You're the mayor of that listing. But once you sell it, you're out of office. So you got to be voted back in. The next time that the house sells, you have to be reelected as the mayor or the listing agent of that property. You don't automatically get it, right? So a lot of times what happens is by the time that a person, turns back around to sell one of the houses that I've listed before and they bought, their real estate agent is either out of the business or they never heard from them again. Most people don't keep in contact with their past clients and customers. And because I've kept in contact with them, they contact me, they call me, and they want to do business. Okay, that's reason number 9. Reason number 10 is that seller listings are highly leveraged. So once I get a listing, my team handles all the details. I want you to repeat that. All the details. Say it with me. All the details. That's right. All the details. So I get the listing. I throw it over my shoulder. My team catches it, and they take it all the way to the pay window. Kevin Cooper, I learned this from him and his team. He said, it's just like the captain back in the day when you were taking jump on an airplane like I'm about to do here in a few hours. He said the first person you would see was who? The captain. He would greet you when you came on the plane. "Hello, how are you doing? How are you doing?" And then who was the last person that you saw when you got off the airplane? The last person you saw back in the day before it got real weird. Now we got TSA and all this crazy stuff going on, with the way things have gotten over the years. It's gotten crazy over the last, decade or so. But back in the day, those of you who remember flying back in the day, the last person you would see was a captain. Now the question is, did you see the captain during the flight? Do you see the captain on a regular basis during the flight? Is the captain handing you peanuts? Is the captain giving you a blanket? Is the captain giving you a beverage? Is the captain taking your order? Is the captain, you ringing the bell, the captain's coming and helping you? No, you don't see the captain. And we better not see the captain during the flight. I tell them I don't want to see the captain during the flight. If we see the captain during the flight, we got a problem, baby. I don't want to see you. And that's what I tell my clients. I say, I'm the captain of this ship. You're not going to see me during the flight. But I've got a crew that's going to help you with all the details. If you need peanuts, you need a beverage. I don't tell them that, but you get the idea. Whatever you need, my team is going to help you. And if you ever see me, it's because we got a big problem. Is that clear? Yeah, Knolly, that's clear. But I tell them, don't get it twisted. The captain is there the whole time. Just because you don't see the captain doesn't mean I'm not in the cockpit flying this bird. I'm flying this plane all the way to Seoul. Are you on with me? Yeah, I'm on with you, Knolly. Okay, we're taking this bird all the way to Seoul. And Seoulville's where we're headed. So I'm going to be in the cockpit doing what I do. You're not going to see me, but you are going to get your house sold. Is that cool? Yes, Knolly, that's cool. Okay, great. So that's reason number 10. When's the last time you signed up a buyer and then you never saw him again until you went to the closing? That's the way it works with listings, baby. So those are the top 10 reasons why you should be focusing on listings. Now, you already know you should be focusing on listings. So I'm going to jump right into your one thing. Before I do that, I'm going to take a little drink. So I'm getting excited. I'm getting more excited and more excited about listings. I'm always excited when it comes to listings. So your one thing, what is the one thing that I can do? Ask yourself this question. What's the one thing I can do to get more listings such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Now write down your answer. Write it down or think of it in your mind. What's the one thing I can do to get more listings such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? If you only could pick one thing to do, like nothing else, I said you can only do one thing that would make it easier or unnecessary. What would that one thing that you do be? I got to tell you, I've been all over the country. I've been all over the world, but with my seminar, I've been all over the country, the United States and Canada. And I've asked this question, and people say things like, I would do door knocking, I would go to for sale by owners, I would do expireds, I would do more lead generation, I would do lead generation time, I would do all this kind of stuff. And I tell them, all that stuff is good, but you only got one shot at this. You got one thing that you can pick. And here's the one thing that I recommend you pick. And listen closely to this. The one thing to get more listings that you can do that makes everything else easier or unnecessary is to become famous. Become famous. Become a local celebrity. Become a local celebrity. Now, people would think, well, wait a minute, I thought it was lead generation. I thought, well, here's the thing. If you're knocking on doors and you're a famous person, you're well known, is that door going to get answered? If you're a famous person, are your calls going to get returned? When you're in other words, it's making everything that you do easier or unnecessary. This is a quote that I got from The One Thing, the book by Gary Keller. You might have read that book, and he asked this question, so I just applied it to listings. So if you're doing lead generation, if you're famous, is it going to be easier to make those phone calls and get those calls returned, right? If you're well known, is it going to become easier for you to knock on doors or to go to for sale by owners or to do whatever else was in your mind, whatever you wrote down or whatever you thought about in your mind? Becoming famous is going to make that thing even easier for you to do, so that now you're doing what you do with less effort. And what I want to do is I want to show you how to become a local celebrity. This is what you want. Now, I'm not talking about becoming cocky, becoming arrogant. You don't need any of that stuff to become famous. Jesus, the most famous person to ever be on in the earth, to ever come down to this realm, was not cocky. He wasn't arrogant. He wasn't prideful. He wasn't boastful. He wasn't pompous. But he was famous, and he was a celebrity, and he still is. He still is. Okay. Now, the golden key to your success is to become famous. Now, so here's Troy Tomlinson. I want to talk to you a little bit about him because this is a cool story. Troy went from being an accountant to a listing specialist. He says, in his quote, he says, "Be a celebrity. Knolly, thank you so much for that lesson that I spent 6 years and $60,000 elsewhere to find." Remember I told you about the big schools not wanting you to succeed and not wanting you to be successful. They're not trying to turn out entrepreneurs. They're trying to turn out employees at these schools. Let's look at what he says over here. See if it's kind of small print. You may not be able to read this. I'll read it for you. He says, "Knolly, when I first got my license around 18 months ago, how long ago? 18 months ago, I watched just one of your videos. I've watched every one of them since, but I still believe that was the first one I saw and that gave me the most valuable lesson I have ever received." Now, he said this is the most valuable. What lesson? This one right here was the most valuable lesson he has ever received. Okay, think about this. Now, he says, I did 4 years of college and got an accounting degree and was a high school, college level teacher for a brief stint. That lesson was be a celebrity. People share my name that I have never even done a deal with because I make it a point to answer every question from every person that comes my way. People know me and promote me because they like me and my enthusiasm. So thank you so much for that lesson that took me 6 years and $60,000 elsewhere looking to find. So here Troy spent 6 years and $60,000 to learn what you're going to learn right here in this class, what we're doing together right here. The easiest and fastest way The easiest and fastest way to become a local celebrity without begging for clients to work with you or having to reinvent the wheel by spending countless hours and thousands of dollars testing what works and what doesn't is with the Overnight Celebrity Listing Success Toolkit. What is that? Here it is right here. It's the Overnight Celebrity Listing Success Toolkit. And you're going to get it. I'm going to show you how to get all this stuff. See, I created a lot of tools, guys. And I did it the hard way. I did it one tool at a time. I did it the hard way. But you're not going to have to reinvent the wheel because I've already done it for you. And I'm going to give you all the stuff that I created for you to be able to recreate, not reinvent, but you'll be able to brand all this stuff. It's in Microsoft Word. All you have to do, for example, with the book and all these other things, pop my picture off, pop yours on. With the pre-listing package, you pop all my pictures off and you pop yours in, and you become an overnight celebrity. Just like that. Doesn't cost you a dime to do it. Cool. You ready to learn how to do this? Let's get right into it. So the question is, how does this apply to you? Maybe you've been considering growing your business in a way that will allow you to generate clients while you sleep. Maybe you've been considering how to grow your notoriety and become a local, compete in the local market without breaking the bank. But you realize that would require a lot of money, time, and effort with no guarantee of sales. Now, I don't want you to be spending money, right? Maybe you are ready to make more money so that you can begin working less while spending more time with your family. It's hard because you are in unproven territory. You have to spend time and money to learn or figure out what to do and exactly how to do it. And you still aren't guaranteed that it'll be a success. You already know that 80 to 90% of all agents fail during the first few years in business. And you don't have the time nor the inclination to go down that hard path. Now, if you're new in real estate, this may apply to you. If you've been in business, some of the people that have implemented this system that I'm showing you today have been in business for 20, 30, even 40 years. And they've implemented this, and it's just made everything they do so much easier. And they've been able to actually spend half as much time as they were spending before to market themselves and to get themselves known and to get listings. Now, perhaps you've already been there and done that. You've tried the hard way. You're not trying to go that route again. Becoming a local celebrity is the way to go because it will allow folks to come to you, okay, instead of you spending all your money on advertisements, marketing, Facebook ads, Zillow, etc. What I'm teaching you today, you're going to be able to keep your hard-earned money in your pocket, okay? Instead of spending all this money on advertisements and marketing, you don't have to do that anymore. The problem is most agents just don't succeed at becoming well-known. They just don't know how to go about it. Because I was in the music business, I was in the music industry for a dozen years. We had the #1 record label in the world in our genre. I mastered the game. I know how to get out there and become well known. And I'm teaching you how to do that right here. So what if you could remove 100% of the risk? What would that do for you? Would that be cool? Would you want to remove 100% of the risk? Here's a success secret that I'm going to teach you how to ethically steal my Overnight Celebrity Listing Success Toolkit that has helped me generate over 10 listings a month for 10 years in a row at no cost to you. Would you like to learn that right now? Would you like me? Yeah, Knolly, get to it. You'd like to learn that, wouldn't you? Well, here it is. Some agents might think, man, I don't understand how to becoming an overnight celebrity will work for me. I'm new in the business. Well, let me tell you a quick story. I did a seminar not too long ago, and in this particular case, we were in Cambridge, Massachusetts. There was a guy in the crowd, and here's the funny thing about it. He had never done a real estate deal, ever. He was a brand new agent, never done a deal. Let me just look through the audience and see if you can point him out. See if you can point him out. You really can't, can you? Here he is right here. This is him, Richard Anderson. Richard Anderson had never done a deal before. He came to the seminar, and he had never worked with a buyer, never worked with a seller, had just gotten his real estate license, never even gone on a listing appointment or a buyer appointment or anything. And he had never even bought a house before, or none of that. He was a young guy. And here's what he had to say after getting this system in place. He says, because of Knolly's book and Listing Success Toolkit, I was able to get my first listing. Yes, my very first. I was one of 6 agents interviewed, but because of the listing system, the book, and my approach, the owners chose to work with me. Oh yeah, and the best part, the house sold for $539,000. Now here, Richard Anderson was able to get a listing, his first listing ever. There was 6 other agents that he went up against, and the seller agreed to pay him over $30,000 to list their house. Okay, 6% commission. They paid him over $30,000 to list his house, and it was his very first listing ever. And he did this within 3 weeks of getting my success toolkit. He did this within 3 weeks of it. Okay. The cool thing about Richard Anderson, though, is that when he came to that seminar, he was going from house to house. He didn't even have his own house. And a year later, he told me he was able to buy his own house, his first house. And not only that, but he started his own real estate company. Okay, he started his own. He was with Keller Williams back then. He started his own real estate business. He became a broker, started his own real estate company. So, guys, I'm just telling you that this is the kind of success that is available to you. Now, here's the truth. You don't have to know anything about how to become a local celebrity, because I've already generated the easy blueprint for you. In fact, I've already done it for you. Your one thing, when we talked about this, what's the one thing I can do to get more listing success? By doing it, everything else would be easier or unnecessary. Become famous. Become a local celebrity. And with the Overnight Celebrity Listing Success Toolkit is what's going to help you do it. It's what's going to help you get where you want to go. Take a quick drink of water there, because I'm excited. Now, here there's some basic components. I'm going to go over those with you. And number one, your seller book. You're going to connect with sellers and leverage your time. So the cool thing about the book is, if somebody's deciding to sell, you can give them the book. Say, hey, I know you're just deciding to sell. You're not quite ready to sell your house yet. You're just thinking about selling. So I want to leave with you my book. And it's going to help you, any questions you have, you can just go through the book at your leisure. Would that be okay? Now, what did you just do? You gave them an item of value. So now you're not just like every other agent out there that says, hey, please call me. I'm going to list your house. I can sell it for. No, you gave them an item of value. And the law of reciprocity states that you gave them value, they're going to want to give you value in return. Right? So you help them educate. See, the last thing a person wants to do is sit down with a real estate agent. They don't want to sit down with me or you until they're really ready to do something, right? Because we're considered salespeople. And so they don't want to sit down with us until they're ready, right? So when you're able to give them your book, they can kind of self-discover who you are, what you do, what you can, how you're going to market their home for sale. That's in Chapter 2. How to price their home. They're going to self-discover that. How you're going to help them get their home ready for the market. Now, what I do, they call me back. They got the book. They love the book, and so I say, hey, go ahead and read Chapter 4. It's going to tell you all about how to get your home ready for the market. And once you've read Chapter 4, give me a call, and we're going to get the photos ordered. Okay. And they've read Chapter 5 on choosing the right agent. Of course, that's going to lead them right to me. Choose me to list. Now, once the photos are taken of the listing, I've already got the listing. The photos were taken. Now we're talking about showing. So I say, hey, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, read Chapter 6, because now we're getting showings, and I want you to be able to be ready for the showings that we're going to get, right? So they're getting the showings. Now we got an offer in, and I call the seller. I say, hey, we got a great offer. I think it's a great offer, but it's going to be up to you to decide. I'm going to email you the offer, but what I want you to do is I want you to read Chapter 7 of my book so that you can learn all about how you're going to work with the offer. Is that okay? They say, oh yeah, we'd love to do that. I say, okay, so read Chapter 7 and then call me with any questions you have. You know what happens? They read Chapter 7 of the book, of your book, and they don't have any questions because it covers everything about how to work with offers and how to counter and whatever. If they want to counter, they will, but they'll be educated. So you see, you don't have to spend all your time educating them on all these different things. How many times have you sat down with a seller, if you've been in this listing game for a while, and you've told them, what you do to sell houses and how to price their home and how to choose an agent, and how to handle showings and how to work with offers, or you call them with an offer and you've got to spend 30, 40 minutes with them going through the offer. Well, with this system, you don't have to spend any time with them going through the offer because your book educates them for you. Now, step 8, it's time to close the sale. And, we've gone through all the contingencies, everything's gone through, and we're almost ready to close. I say, hey, Mrs. Seller, I want you to go ahead and read chapter 8 just to be prepared for the closing. And I'll see you at closing. So your book actually does all the work for you and helps to educate them on everything, right? So I can't tell you how many listings I've gotten just from having my own book. It's 13,426 words. Took me 6 weeks to write, and it totally leverages my time. But here's the cool thing. You don't have to write one. Now, if you were to hire a ghostwriter to write a book from scratch, a ghostwriter, just do the research on it, they charge $1 a word, okay, about $1 a word. So having a book, a lot of you have wanted to have a book. What does a famous person have? They have a book. And I want you to have the same tools that a famous person has. When you have a book, guess what? You all of a sudden look like a famous person. And someone might say, well, man, I don't feel comfortable putting my name on a book that I didn't write. Well, here's the cool thing. Every single thing in the book is editable. It's in Microsoft Word. So if you want to edit anything, you can edit it however you want. You can take things out and add things in. Doesn't matter. You spend a few hours editing, but you don't have to spend 6 weeks writing it. You just spend a couple hours. Change what you want to change, and now it's your book. Okay, it's your book. And the cool thing is, when you read through this, you're going to see, man, I wouldn't have written anything differently than what Knolly wrote, because I've done this so many times. I've done over 1,000 listings, one by one. I didn't get, I wasn't doing REO or I wasn't doing foreclosures where I was getting 10, 20 listings at a time. I'm talking about one conversation at a time. I took over 1,000 listings. Okay, so this seller book is going to help you leverage your time. And the second thing, what does a famous person have? Famous people have a book. You should have a book as well. Famous people also have a press kit. So I put together a complete pre-listing package. I call it a press kit. It's got your marketing plan. Okay, that's completely editable. It's going to have seller testimonials that you can edit and put your own testimonials in there. If you don't have seller testimonials, it's super duper easy to get testimonials. And I show you how to do that from friends, family, people that you've worked with in the past. There'll be generic testimonials. There'll be things like, Maria has been excellent to work with. Like a former coworker could write you a testimonial about your work ethic and how great you are and how long you've been in the city and how good you are to work with. Doesn't have to be anything about selling houses. So you're going to get together 6, 7, 8 testimonials, real easy. I give you the template to do that. The top 4 reasons is number 3 in my packet. Why homes don't sell. See, what you want to do is you want to share with sellers why homes don't sell, and then you want to show them that you're not going to repeat those mistakes. See, when they know that you already know why homes don't sell, and they're going to say, well, gosh, this gal knows why they don't sell, so certainly she's going to get the home sold for me. And the agent interview sheet is absolutely genius, because on the agent interview sheet, you really can't see it here. It's right here, but there's actually 10 questions. And I say here, hey, here's actually it's 9 questions that you should ask any agent before you sell their house. And so they take the quiz, they go through the questions, and it says, does your agent, the agent that you're interviewing, provide this? Yes or no? And it's a yes or no answer. Have they written a book? Yes or no? It just goes on down. So you're going to have 9 or 10 different questions that you ask them. And they'll be able to use that sheet to interview other agents. If they're thinking about interviewing more than one agent, they'll be able to use your interview sheet, and guess what? At the very bottom of the sheet, it's going to add up all the answers. Like did the agent answer correctly? Yes or no? So it's a yes or no answer for each of these questions, right? And you're going to be able to come up with your own questions. Absolutely genius piece. And what happens is people are going to say, when they go through and with any other agent, they're going to get 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 right, where you're going to have all 9 out of 9 right, or 10 out of 10. So you're going to have 100% of the answers right, whereas the other agent doesn't stand a chance. So I'm going to give you that interview sheet as well. I'm going to give you the seller homework packet. That homework packet, I got to tell you, is a key to you actually getting more listings quicker as well, because I have a 4-page homework packet that my sellers fill out. It doesn't take them 30, 40 minutes, and I tell them, hey, Mr. Seller, Mr. Seller, what I want to make sure is that by the time I arrive to your home, have the homework packet filled out. Because what I've noticed is that when sellers fill out that homework packet, they're going to get a lot more money to sell their house. Do you want a lot more money, Mr. Seller, Mrs. Seller? Oh, yeah, we want a lot more money. Okay, great. If you want top dollar, you want to get the most, you got to fill out the homework packet, because that's going to help me know exactly how to market your house. And guess what? When you get to the house and they have the homework packet already filled out, what's that mean? What's that mean? They got the homework packet filled out and it's on the table. And I always tell them, hey, have the homework packet filled out and 2 keys ready for me. And when I walk in, they've got the homework packet filled out. Or my listing assistant walks in, they got the homework packet filled out. They've got 2 keys. What does it mean? You've already got the listing, right? You've already got the listing. So that homework packet's going to be ingenious to help you get more listings quicker that way as well. And then I've got top tips on prepping the home for sale and a lot more information in the pre-listing package. Here's the thing. You're a famous person. I'm talking about making you famous overnight. What do famous people have? They have a press kit. And that's what this is. This is your press kit. So you don't have to toot your own horn and gain the seller's trust. The press kit does it for you. If you're an actor, a celebrity, maybe you're an athlete, any kind of celebrity, you're going to have a press kit. Celebrities have one, and you should too, because guess what? You are a local celebrity. That's what we're grooming you for. And the next piece of the puzzle is your virtual listing presentation. So think about it. You have a book, you have a press kit, now you got a movie. Famous people have movies, right? If you're an actor, you got a demo reel. If you're an athlete, you got a demo reel. You got highlights and clips. You got a video, right, of that. Now, what I put together is a pre-listing video, and the pre-listing video is going to help people to get to know you before you ever sit down with them. Okay, it's going to help you get a lot more business before you ever meet people in person. It's going to actually help you sell before you meet them. Now, the video, obviously you can't pop my picture off and put your picture in. The technology is not quite that advanced. But I'm going to give you my complete script, every single thing, every word that I said in my pre-listing video, plus a copy of my pre-listing video, so that you'll be able to make your own video exactly like mine if you want to, and get the same results. Now, I want you to live your life by design, not by default. I want you to live your life by design. Say it with me. Now, live my life by design. Say that out loud. I want to live my life by design. I want to live my life by design. I want to live my life by design. Because what I found is too many real estate agents are actually living their life by default. They're following someone else's plan, someone else's agenda, someone else's strategy, someone else's logic, and they're not living their life by design. And they're not getting the results that they should have in the real estate game. I want you to have those. Remember, we talked about your dream life. I want you to have it right now. I want you to earn $250,000 or more a year, working 20 to 30 hours a week or less, having nights and weekends off, taking 4 to 5 vacations a year, and I want you to be debt free. That's how I am. I don't have any debt at all. I paid off my house back in 2015. My car's been paid off for many years. I have no debt. And I got to tell you that I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because that is you. That's the future you. That's where you're headed. You don't have to have debt in this lifetime. I used to talk to my sister-in-law all the time. I used to say, hey, you should pay off your house. You should be working toward paying off your house. Oh, no, I'm going to have a mortgage for the rest of my life. I said, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And guess what? She's got her house paid off too. She's already got her house paid off. So I'm telling you, you can be debt free. You can do all these things. Millions of people have become debt free, and you should be too. Thousands of my students have already achieved all these goals here. I'm going to show you some of them here in a minute. And you can too. You should, and you should do it now. Now, I want to show you how to easily duplicate my success in your own business. Don't reinvent the wheel. I've already done it for you. Now, what you're going to get is my lifetime license to my 80-page editable seller guide. You're going to save 300 hours of your valuable time and frustration putting together the wrong book. You're going to have the best book ever. It's a $7,997 value. Remember, this is over 13,000 words, And if you were to take this book if you were to take your concepts and your ideas of what you want to write in a book to a ghostwriter, you're talking about paying $13,000 for your book. Why do that when I've got getting it for you right here, and it's not going to cost you a dime, right? So that's a $7,997 value. You're also going to get my pre-listing package. All the what I call my press kit, everything that we talked about earlier, you're going to get all these tools to be able to use in your business, and that's a free bonus. That's a $997 value. I'm also going to be throwing in my virtual pre-listing presentation. Your editable script and everything like that, it's $497 value. You're going to get it free as part of this whole toolkit. The other bonus you're going to get is job descriptions for all your team members. Now, you may not be ready to hire team members right now, and that's okay. But at some point, because you're going to be growing, you're going to be getting more listings, you're going to be doing more business, and you're going to be wanting to take more time off, you're going to be hiring people. And so I'm going to save you hundreds of hours of time and research by giving you all the team member job descriptions, who those team members are, what they should be doing, what their jobs are. And they're all in Microsoft Word. So all you've got to do is take those job descriptions, and if you want to tweak them, you probably won't tweak them at all. But if you want to tweak them, you can if you choose to. You'll get all of that as part of this complete package. Now, the other thing you're going to get is my editable team operations manual. That's right. You're going to save a lot more time. A lot of my students and clients over the years have talked to me about putting together a listing manual for their team. I've already done it. So I'm just making this available, licensing it to you. It's a $997 value just for that. So here's what you're getting. You're getting my lifetime license. It's an 80-page seller guide. It's a $7,997 value. You're getting a free bonus number 1. That's the editable pre-listing package, $997 value. Free bonus number 2 is my virtual listing presentation with an editable script. It's a $497 value. Free bonus number 3, the editable team member job descriptions, $497 value. Bonus number 4 is your editable team training manual. That's $997 value. You know, if you hired somebody to put together a training manual, they're going to charge you over $1,000 to do that. This is a $10,985 value. For everything that you're getting, it's a value of over $10,000. You know, if you hire someone, you come to me and you say, "Knolly, I want you to make me famous." You know, it's going to cost you a lot more than $10,000 for me to coach you to fame, right? But here's the cool thing is I've already done it for you, and a value right here is $10,985. How are you going to get it without paying? So my question to you is, would you pay $10,985 to pay off your mortgage? If you don't have a mortgage right now, would you pay that to buy a house and be able to pay it off? Would you pay $10,985 to pay off your house? If all this did was allow you to pay off your mortgage, would it be worth $10,985? Would you pay $10,985 to pay off all your debt? If all this did was allow you to pay off all your debt, would it be worth $10,985? Think about it. The debt that you have right now, add up all your debt, and would it be worth $10,985? If you could settle all your debt, would you pay $10,985 to pay off all your debt? Okay? Some of you don't have that much debt, but some of you have a lot more debt than that. So here's the question I have. Would you pay $10,985 to double your sales? If I could take your sales where they are right now and double them, would you pay $10,985? If all this did was allow you to double your sales, if all this toolkit did, this overnight celebrity success toolkit did was allow you to double your sales, would it be worth $10,985? So here's our special offer pricing. Now remember, I'm going to show you here in just a little bit how to get everything at no cost to you. But our special offer pricing is this way. It's a $10,985 value. It's $1,997 regular price. I'm making it available to you right now, right here, for only $997. That's right. You're making an initial investment of $997, and you're going to get all that money back real quickly. I'm going to show you how to do that next. Now, here's what you're getting. It's a lifetime license to your 80-page editable seller guide. That's a $7,997 value. Free bonus number 1 is your editable pre-listing package. It's $997 value. Free bonus number 2 is your virtual listing presentation it's a $497 value. Free bonus number 3 is your editable team member job descriptions. That's a $497 value right there. Free bonus number 4 is your editable team training manual. So that's a $997 value. So there's 4 bonuses, and then there's the seller guide itself, the book, your actual book. It's a real book that you print and have it printed. It's a $10,985 value. It's only $997. Or you can do 3 payments. I know some people want to do payment plan. That's okay. We can do that. We'll do 3 payments of $397. You can put that on a credit card, Visa, MasterCard, doesn't matter. And we can do it that way. So you now have your own book. You become an overnight celebrity. Plug my tools into your business and save 300 to 400 hours of time-consuming research, writing, designing, and editing. I've already done it for you. And there's no editing required. If you want to take this book and send it right to press, I've actually taken my version of the book and I've made it what I call a vanilla version. So it's actually generic. You can just take it right to press. You don't have to change one word in there. But if you want to make it, customize it, a lot of people do. They want to spend 2 or 3 hours customizing it. You can customize it as well. They're less than $3 to print your books, and the minimum print run, get this, is only 10 copies. So they're less than $3 to print. Think about it. When you go to closing, you're going to closing, and this is a cool thing. You ask your seller, hey, did I do everything that I promised I'd do for you? You know, getting your home sold. And yeah, of course you did. You're at the closing table. They're going to say, yeah, you did everything you said you would do. And then all you got to do is hand them 5 copies of your book and say, hey, here's 5 copies of my book, and I want to gift these to you. And anyone else that you come across is thinking about selling their house, I want you to give these to that person. Now, think about what you just did at the closing table. You gave that person 5 copies of your book. That's value. They're going to have something cool that they can give away to somebody, a friend or family member that's thinking about selling their home. And it only cost you $3 times 5. That's $15. Now, what would happen if you gave them 5 copies of your business card? 5 copies of your business card. Just think about it. What would they do with those? Right? They may not throw them in the trash can, right? But they might put them in their purse, or they might put them in their glove box, or they might put them in, who knows? But they're not going to try to find your business card when somebody that they love is thinking about selling their home. What they're going to do is they're definitely going to grab that book, right? Because now they look like a hero, because they're like, hey, they know a celebrity, and they're bragging on you. They're like, this is my realtor. You know, you got your picture on the cover. They're like, this is my realtor, right? They're excited. They're bragging on you, right? Now, additional bonus. This is what I'm going to give you guys as an additional bonus, is my lifetime license. That's right. You're going to be able to use this for the rest of your life. That means life. You know, there's no annual fee. We used to charge an annual fee for this. We made it we had an annual fee, and we said, you know what, let's just go ahead and give people a lifetime license. They don't have to worry about an annual fee. So you're going to get, that's priceless, guys, because a lot of programs out there will charge you, you know, this ongoing monthly fee that never ends, or this annual fee that never stops. That's not what you're going to get here. It's a once and done. Everything comes to you through digital delivery. So you're going to receive an email with a link. You click the link to open your order, and you download your files. It's that simple. It's that easy. Now, here's a question for you. Are you liking this so far? Are you enjoying this? You know, what if you could hire a free virtual assistant to work for you 24/7, right? Some of you need an assistant like that right now, don't you? What would be their job? They'd be generating new seller prospects, providing guidance to your existing sellers. They'd be allowing your current clients to recruit more business for you, and you paid them $1,000 one time, and they work for you for the next 20 years. Okay? Well, now you have one. Think about it. You have a virtual assistant. Your book is going out while you sleep. Your book is working for you, because it's going out into different places, and it's getting people to want to do business with you. That's what your book's doing for you. Your sponsors pay for it, guys. That's how you're going to get it free. I want to get to this slide real quick, because that's how you're going to get it at no cost. It's a $10,985 value. We sell it every day for $1,997. You pay us, though, half of it. You're going to pay $997, and you're going to get it at no cost. Here's how. We've put together another huge bonus, and that's that we put together a service directory. This is an absolutely ingenious idea. We put a service directory on the back of the book, so you're actually going to get paid $900 every single year that you're using the book. So we've designed a back cover template that allows you to capitalize on your new book. So it's a preferred vendor program. So if you've ever seen, like, whether it be Boy Scouts or some team in town, they want you to be a sponsor on for their team, right? So they put together like a newsletter or some kind of pamphlet or a brochure, whatever it might be, and they're going to put a realtor on there. They're going to put a handyman. They're going to put all the service directory, right? So they charge you to be on there. It's the same concept. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to buy 6 sponsors, vendor sponsors, at only $99 each. A handyman, an inspector, a house cleaner, carpet cleaner, mover, and a painter. Here's the cool thing. Every single one of these people wants to be with you on your listing appointment. So if you go to your handyman, you say, hey, how would you like to go along with me on every single listing appointment that I go on? And they're going to be like, duh, if I could, I'd love to. Because when you take that new listing, guess what? They're going to have broken doorknobs. They're going to have windows that need to be fixed. They're going to have little things here and there that need to be fixed. And so what I do with my sellers, I say, hey, you got these couple of things. You got a room in the back that needs to be painted, this and that. Here's my handyman. Remember we talked about having your carpets cleaned. Here's my carpet cleaner. You need to have the house cleaned before we put it on the market. Here's who I use. Remember we talked about that back bedroom needs to be painted. Use this person, and so on, right? So you're actually recommending these vendors. When you turn over the back of your book, when you're on a listing appointment, you say, hey, here are the people that can help you to get the house ready, right? So it's absolutely a no-brainer. $99, I get to pay you $99. Listen to me. If your inspector took you to dinner, you and your significant other to dinner, and you throw in a few drinks, it's going to be more than a $99 meal. And you're telling them that they're going to be on the back of your book, for a full year for $99, it's an absolute no-brainer. So right there, you got 99 times 6, and then you got $299 for your lender. Okay, the lender is going to be on the back of your book. You charge them $299 because they're going to get more. They pay a little more. They got a bigger position. So, and what I give you is a proven call script. This is another bonus I'm going to give you. I have a templated call script. So you're going to get the call script that I use, the follow-up email script, a vendor enrollment form, a back cover template, 6 yeses, and you're done. Okay, 6 yeses and you're done. I provide all that to you as part of this program. So you're going to have all these scripts in Microsoft Word. You can edit them, you can tweak them, but it's just straight up copy paste. When you're calling these vendors, all you got to do is read the script. You don't even have to deviate from it. Just read it. And even remember, so basically you're going to get $900 per year. It pays 100% of your investment plus your book printing costs. Listen, it's a no-brainer. Now, for the first year, it's just going to pay the $900 investment. But for subsequent years, because you're going to get $900 every year, although you're only paying us or you're only paying me a one-time license fee, you're going to make $900 a year. So if you have this system for 10 years, you're going to make $9,000. If you use it for 20 years, you're going to make $18,000 plus all the listings that you take in addition. Okay, so it's absolutely a no-brainer. And remember when I talked to you earlier about that I went to some friends and family when I first started my first real business. It was I was 23 years old. I started a record label, and I needed $1,800 really to record my first what we call album. Back then it was a cassette, and later became CD. Well, I got friends and family just to lend me money. Not even lending me; they just gave me the money. So think about it. If you went to your friends and family and you told them, "Hey, I've got this book. I'm writing a book, and I need you to help me put this book together." I mean, these are friends and family. Forget about the vendors. Friends and family. Which of your friends and family wouldn't give you $100 to help you realize your dream? Of course, they're going to pitch in to help you with that. But in this case, you don't have to go that route. If you want to go that route, if you don't want to mess with vendors at all, you can go that route and do it that way. So again, it's an absolute no-brainer. Your investment is $997. Your return $9,000, right? So if over the next 10 years you're going to earn $9,000, all while generating more listings and more fame. It's an absolute no-brainer, guys. It's an absolute no-brainer. So to order yours, just go to the website. Go to successwithlistings.com/toolkit, or you can click on the button below, and you'll be able to order yours today. Order it right now on this website, successwithlistings.com/toolkit. You're also going to get access to 30 days free coaching in my Next Level Insiders Club. That's the place in the space where I'm able to teach and train and coach you to your greatness. I'm going to give you 30 days of free access to that, absolutely free, just for having the toolkit, just for investing in that toolkit, right? Your special pricing is $997. Your sponsors are going to pay you $900 every single year, so it's a no-brainer. You get all this stuff. Some agents may be thinking, I'm already established and successful in real estate. How is this going to help me? I'm already in the game. Well, here's what Tom Miller has to say. Tom says, the response to the book has been phenomenal. In less than 3 weeks, I have 10 advertisers to cover the cost and now have the cost of 750 books covered by my advertisers. Wow! Your overnight celebrity listing toolkit has really helped me rocket ahead of the pack in the office. We are looking forward to a fantastic year. That's Tom Miller. He's a broker. He's been in 20 plus years of experience in Cape Coral, Florida. And so if you've already got experience, that's cool too. This is going to help you catapult your success. Some agents might be thinking, hey, I don't know how this is going to help me compete against agents who are already well known in my area. Well, here's the Coopers. With the help of Knolly's overnight celebrity listing toolkit, this year we did $650,000 in GCI. That's gross commissions that they earn in 1 year. They earned $650,000. In fact, our book just helped us to take a $380,000 listing last week. We met the seller on a trip to Lake Tahoe. We found out that she wants to sell her Sacramento area home, and we gave her a copy of the book. She just called to say she is listing with us even though her sister is a real estate agent. One of the primary reasons that she decided to go with us versus her own sister is because we have a book. That's Kevin and Samantha Cooper with their associate brokers and top listing agents. So even if you think you're going up against someone else that's more well known than you, hey, these guys went up against the sister, right, of a person, and they listed the gal listed with them because they have a book. Now this next one I'm going to share with you is Joe Boudreau. Joe Boudreau has a real estate team, and I'm just going to let him speak for himself.
Hey Knolly, Joe Boudreau, Keller Williams Realty Bayou Partners in South Louisiana. Wanted to shoot this video for you, man. We love the book. It's the best thing we've ever done. Let me show it to you. Sold, The Ultimate Guide to Selling Your Home by Joe and Lauren Boudreau. My wife and I have a real estate team here, and we love it. Here's my sponsors on the back: closing attorneys, mortgage companies, inspection, all that good stuff. We absolutely love it. We are using it. We're dropping it off to for sale by owners. We've got a script. We're giving it out to everybody and anybody. Every day I'm mailing copies out to people. It is so amazing. So thank you so much to anybody out there that's thinking of doing it. Do it. We got our cover designed by a local guy, and then I got it proofread by a college professor. Just charged me a couple of bucks to actually proofread it, make sure all the punctuation's there, because here we have parishes and not counties, so we had to do a few things that are a little bit different. But thanks again for it. We love it. It's brought us so many listings worth every penny. Have a blessed day.
So there you have it, guys. People are getting success. You're going to get success with this. We've got tons and tons and tons and tons of other success stories. But check it out. You're also going to get the support hotline. Okay, that's lifetime access. So you got a question for us, you pick up the phone, you call us. Okay, I've got a gal that manages that, and so you're going to have success for life. It's support. I had to go through years of trial and error, but you don't have to, because I've already done it for you, and we provide ongoing support when you need it. Okay. Now, you might be thinking you can't become famous with listings right now because you might get stuck setting things up and it might take too much time. But that's not an issue for you because we've already set everything up for you. Plus, you're going to have phone support. And as if that wasn't already amazing enough, okay, you're going to get a huge extra bonus for our first responders. We're going to give you free lifetime updates. That's a $997 value for those who order now. We're going to give you lifetime updates. That's right. Every now and then, periodically, about every year, every 6 months or so, we update this. And so you're going to be entitled to free lifetime updates. So anytime something updates, you're not going to have to pay the price again to license it. You get those updates absolutely free. You'll be entitled to those updates absolutely at no cost. So that's a $997 value. I had to go through more than 10 years of trial and error in order to discover how to become a local celebrity. But you won't have to because I've already done it for you. I'm giving you all my best secrets. Plus, as we update the toolkit, you'll get these updates for free. This is going to make it faster and easier for you to become a local success with our ongoing free updates. It's a $997 value that I'm going to also throw in. So here's what we learned. The only way for you to live your dream life while working in real estate, in the real estate game, is by focusing on listings. That's an absolute fact. The best way for you to have a thriving listing business while working just 30 hours a week or less is by becoming a local celebrity. The easiest and fastest way to become a local celebrity without begging for clients to work with you or having to reinvent the wheel, or by spending countless hours and thousands of dollars testing what works and what doesn't, is with what I call my Overnight Success Listing Success Toolkit. Overnight Celebrity Listing Success Toolkit. And I shared with you how to get the complete Overnight Success Listing Toolkit at no cost to you. That's right. Here's everything you're going to get. Once again, it's the lifetime license. It's an 80-page seller guide. It's $7,997 value. Remember, you can click on the link down below at any time to go ahead and pick up yours right now. Be one of the first ones to get it. Every single day, we open up 5 slots for the people that order. And if you go to the site, it's available. That means it's open. It's available for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you that lifetime support. You get free bonus number 1. It's editable, the editable pre-listing package. It's a $997 value. Free bonus number 2, your virtual listing presentation with editable script. That's a $497 value. Bonus number 3 is your editable team member job descriptions. That's a $497 value. Bonus number 4, your editable team member training manual. That's a $997 value. Remember, this is $10,985 value, only $997. Or if you want the payment plan, you're going to be able to get all this for only 3 payments of $397. Now, here's a cool thing. Remember, you're going to go to your sponsors. You're going to get 6 of them to give you $99 a year, and you're going to get one that major sponsor, whether it be an attorney or a lender. They're going to pay you $299 for the whole year, and they're going to be able to tag along with you on every listing that you go on, every single book that you print and give out. They're going to be on the back. It's going to cover the entire cost. Or if you want to, you can just go to friends and family and say, hey, I'm writing a book, I'm getting this whole package, and I want you to sponsor me for $100, right? And you get 9 of them that way. That's fine too. Don't have any shame in your game. It's how I started. I got a bunch of people to give me $1,800. They got the joy of seeing me successful, and that's all they wanted. They were like, man, he's been talking about doing this for a long time. We're happy to be able to support him in doing that. So I've got a question for you. You can click on that button at any time. That's what I had for you today, and I wanted to get that to you. But I got a question for you, and that's, do you think that it's okay to dip into your savings or leverage your credit and spend money that you might not have to get started today? That's an important question, because remember, we talked about that you can actually go and get sponsors for this. But even if you said, hey, I'm just going to dip into this myself for now, I'll get my sponsors later. It's a serious question. Do you think it's okay to dip into your savings? Do you think it's okay or not? Some people say yes and some say no, but let's talk about this for a minute. Every month, money replenishes, right? But this is the key here. Time does not replenish. It disappears. So you could go out and spend months or years of your valuable time to figure something out, but you never get that time back. Instead, you could save that time and effort because I've already spent it for you, and you could work directly with me instead. It will cost you money to get started, but that money will come back. Whereas the time away from your family and trial and error, trying to do all this on your own, the wasted effort, that's time that you'll never get back. Now, I'm going to talk to you about my 2 choices. When we were deciding how to price this, we had two choices, really 2 choices that we could do. The first was to go cheap as possible and sell as many as we could. Now, the problem with that is we would have no real incentive. I wouldn't have any incentive to really pile on the value for you. It would cost us more for those bonuses than the whole thing, the whole program would be worth. Our second choice was to raise the price a little and give you absolutely everything you need. And that's what we're doing here. Now, the way I see it, you've got 2 choices. Your first option is to do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Remember, we have a no questions asked, 100% money-back guarantee. If you don't love this system, if you don't absolutely love it, it doesn't help you within 30 days. It could be day number 29, doesn't matter. You get a full refund, right? So you're just trying this out. So it's 100% risk-free. So really, your first option is to do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Your second option is to pony up this tiny investment today compared to all the value that you get in return. And just give it a shot. See if it'll work for you. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, you get your money back. There's no risk. You have nothing to lose but the stress and headaches. I'm guessing there are two kinds of people listening to me right now. You're either a doer or a dabbler. The dabblers, they love to sit and listen and learn. They listen to training like this, but they rarely ever do anything, and they often look for any excuse not to move forward. But some of you, I'm talking to you, you're a doer. You're not sure how it's going to work for you yet, but you see how it's worked for me and for many others, so you have faith that it'll work for you as well. And what I found is that the doers, those are the ones that get ahead in life, while the dabblers don't ever seem to make any progress. So what I want you to do right now, guys, go ahead and if you're still on the fence, now's the time to go ahead to the link. It's successwithlistings.com, okay, and /toolkit, successwithlistings.com /toolkit. Remember, there's no risk. We have 100% money back guarantee, but the only way for you to know that it's right for you is to get started right now. So go to successwithlistings.com /toolkit. Get it today, guys. It's going to absolutely change your business and rock your world. You're going to be able to get more listings today. God bless. Knolly Williams, and I'm out.